members of the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Staff to the President, the Chairman, the other distinguished members of the committee.
Let me begin by appreciating Your Excellency, Mr. President, for the clarity of vision and moral courage you demonstrated in entrusting this delicate but vital national task to an open, inclusive, and community-driven process. Your guidance and directive to this office to oversee the dialogue process. The Ogoni dialogue process set a tone of seriousness and sincerity which set us firmly on this path of progress. As Your Excellency could recall, following your historic meeting with a high-powered Ogoni delegation at the presidential villa, you directed that this office should assume responsibility for coordinating a structured and wide-ranging consultation process with the Ogoni people, in conjunction with all relevant stakeholders. In compliance with that directive, we assembled a dialogue committee composed of representatives from the 4 Ogoni local government areas, traditional institutions, youth women groups, civil society, and diaspora voices. This approach was embarked on to ensure that no voice was excluded and no concern left unheard. Over the past few months, the committee under my supervision commenced unprecedented engagement across Ogoni land and beyond. I am pleased to report that the consultations spanned several communities and the headquarters of the 4 local governments. Key stakeholders, including youth, women, traditional rulers, and professional bodies, were engaged directly throughout the process. Additionally, inputs from the diaspora were harvested through targeted virtual engagements. All through the process, tensions and divisions were carefully mediated, and a spirit of dialogue prevailed over confrontation, leading to a constructive and all-inclusive consultation process. This report, being formally presented to Your Excellency today, is the outcome of that intensive, methodical, and transparent engagement. Permit me, sir, to summarize 4 key takeaways from the report. First, the Ogoni people, while not forgetting past injustices, have reached a point of collective readiness to see the responsible resumption of oil production in Ogoni land, anchored on fairness, equity, environmental responsibility, and direct community benefit. Secondly, the Ogoni people are not merely asking for tokenism, but for structured participation through equity, development, funds, employment, and institutional safeguards. Furthermore, Your Excellency, there is all-round appreciation for ongoing confidence-building measures. It will be recalled that at the beginning of this dialogue process, Your Excellency graciously approved some early confidence-building steps to be undertaken to build needed trust. I am glad to confirm that the considerable process has been achieved in the actualization of these measures. These include the constitution of the Governing Council of the Federal University of Environment Technology, significant progress on the East-West Road, acquisition of land for industrial park, progress on processes for targeted employment, and assessment visits to some hospitals earmarked for renovation. And among others, these strides have sent strong signals of goodwill, and we are all grateful to Your Excellency. Also, there has been a call in unison to reposition the hydrocarbon pollution remediation project, HYPREP, given the convergence of environmental remediation and renewed operations. The report strongly recommends the repositioning of high-prep in a manner that synchronizes with the dialogue process. Overall, Your Excellency, the dialogue process has rekindled hope in Ogoni land. It has turned the page on decades of silence and cynicism. But hope, as we know, is fragile, if not matched by sustained action. Therefore, the report proffered some progressive recommendations. This encompasses Your Excellency's directive to the relevant stakeholders to act swiftly on outstanding confidence-building measures. Notably, the constitution of the Implementation Task Force, comprising the members of the Ogoni community, the NMPCL, and its partners are relevant MDS, coordinated by the Office of the National Security Advisor. The objective is to ensure timely follow-through and with a view to signing off a memorandum of understanding and acting swiftly on the outcomes. Additionally, Your Excellency, the report provided public reaffirmation of your administration's commitment to peaceful resource development in Ogoni as a model and blueprint for progress. Permit me, sir, to commend in the strongest terms the Ogoni Dialogue Committee, the traditional rulers, youth, women representatives, and indeed the entire Ogoni delegation. They have been wonderful. Their efforts have shown maturity, vision, and unity in approaching this process, not as a contest of grievances, but as a search for solutions. Mr. President, what we are witnessing today is not just the submission of a report. It is the offering of a renewed covenant between a people and their country. It is now left for us to collectively ensure that the sacrifices made and the hopes expressed are not betrayed. With your leadership, sir, I have no doubt that we can continue seamlessly and effectively on this path of progress. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you for giving us that chance and opportunity. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Gentlemen of the press, let me first of all thank the Dialogue Committee for doing a wonderful job. You are aware that I've been away from the past 6 months, and within this period, a lot of good jobs were going on behind the scene. When I came in on the 19th, the committee did inform me of this meeting and also gave me a brief. I wish to thank Mr. President, first of all, for keeping to the terms of his promise. He assured us when we met here the first time that there will be immediate establishment of trust, what we call confidence building. One of those things has to do with the East-West Road. And I can say here boldly that the good work that the Minister of Work is doing is visible. We can drive through Eleme Junction to One. Now, fine, the road is not completely done, but the man-hour spent is less compared to the kind of terrible situation we had at that time. I think our people are happy with that. Before my sabbatical, we were already aware of the establishment of the Federal University of Environmental Technology. I went to the scene of the university, the site, and I'm happy that as of today, the campus is already established and work is gradually ongoing. So it's also another major. I'm also aware that the CFO for the establishment of the industrial park has already been issued. I believe very soon work will commence on that. We're also aware of the issue of employment, which is still also being treated. With all this, I believe that the Ogoni people, myself standing as a governor, we will work together to make sure that this impulse that have existed for many years will be resolved finally. There is every sign that this government is serious about resolving these issues. And I think we need to give them all the necessary opportunity and time to ensure that this problem is resolved once and for all. Let me thank the committee. I believe that the reason why I'm also speaking before Professor Baredon is because he has a better information, like I said, since I've been away for a while, to give us here. But so far, let me thank the President again, thank the Dialogue Committee, and assure everyone that we will do everything humanly possible to make sure that we succeed on this national assignment. Thank you.
Dialogue Committee and the entire delegation gathered here, the entire Ogoni delegation gathered here today, I bring warm greetings from the four kingdoms of our land, Ghana, Gokana, Tai, and Ileme, and from Ogoni sons and daughters in the diaspora. We thank you most sincerely for your unwavering commitment to a just and lasting resolution of the Ogoni question. Your decision to place this delicate assignment under the direct stewardship of the National Security Advisor has proven both far-sighted and wise. Permit me also to acknowledge publicly and appreciatively that the exemplary leadership of the National Security Advisor, Sir, his steady hand, wire diplomacy, and relentless insistence on dialogue over discord have earned the trust of our communities and restore hope that had long flickered. We extend our sincere gratitude for the recent Posthumous Award conferred upon Ken Sarawiwa and the other 8 members of the Ogoni 9. We also thank you specially for national honor conferred on our dear son, Barrister Nedum Mite. This is a significant and long-awaited gesture that acknowledges their immense sacrifices in the struggle for environmental justice and human rights in the Niger Delta. It represents a vital step towards healing and reconciliation for the Ogoni people, and indeed the entire nation. However, in the spirit of true justice and comprehensive reconciliation, we humbly urge your administration to also extend similar recognition and posthumous national honors on the Ogoni 4. These leaders, Albert Bade, Edward Ogoni, Samuel Orage, and Theophilus Osarge, were tragically murdered in circumstances that led to the execution of the Ogoni 9. Recognizing the Ogoni 4 will demonstrate a holistic commitment to acknowledging all victims of the past conflicts and a deeper understanding of the complex historical context. It will further pave the way for lasting peace, unity, and a sense of complete justice within the Ogoni nation and the broader Niger Delta region. We believe that such a comprehensive approach to recognizing all those who suffered in that dark period of our history will truly solidify the effort towards environmental restoration, justice, and a brighter future for Ogoni land. Your Excellency, on January 21st, 2025, you invited a 53-member Ogoni delegation as part of your commitment towards resolving the long-standing Ogoni crisis, and charged the delegation to embark on wide-range consultations with the Ogoni people and on the reconciliation process. Following the directive, the delegation held a follow-up meeting with the National Security Advisor, Madam Nuhu Ribadu, during which 4 of us were appointed a team of facilitators to lead and coordinate the consultation process. The facilitator gathered with the delegation constituted at the Ogoni Dialogue Committee, embarked on a most exhaustive and extensive consultation with Ogoni communities across the 4 local government areas and diaspora in keeping with your mandate. The result of that effort, the Ogoni consultation report, Pathways to Reconciliation, Remediation, and Renewal Production, was formally transmitted to the National Security Advisor on the 30th April 2025. Today, with deep humility and a sense of historic responsibility, we present that report to Your Excellency through the NSA, completing that cycle of accountability you designed. What were the key findings of our consultation? The consultation revealed an unmistakable, overwhelming consensus of our people's readiness for the resumption of responsible oil production in Ogoni. They view renewed activity not as a return to the injustice of the past, but as an opportunity to reset relationships, accelerate remediations, and unlock economic inclusions. This consensus, Mr. President, is neither coerced nor conditional on empty promises. It is anchored on 2 pillars: equitable participation and credible confidence-building measures. We are grateful that even while consultations were ongoing, you approved early action that now speak louder than any pledge. These steps have begun to bridge decades of distrust. We thank you, sir. And we thank the implementing MDAs for their speed. We thank you also, Your Excellency, for constituting the Governing Council and Administrative Structure of the Federal University of Environment and Technology in Ogoniland. Thank you also for appointing me as the Pro Chancellor. Our request. Your Excellency, report before you set out detailed proposal and request. In the interest of time, I have not set them out there, but will respectfully seek your presidential directives to relevant agencies to complete the implementation of the agreed outstanding confidence-building measures and follow through the processes to positively respond to requests and the report being presented. Repositioning HYPREP. Mr. President, we wish to acknowledge and commend your recent reconstitution of the Governing Council and Board of Trustees of HYPREP, which signal your commitment to reinvigorate this crucial intervention. However, as we stand at the rare convergence of environmental remediation and resumption, we respectfully urge that HYPREP be positioned to work in close synergy with the ongoing Ogoni dialogue process. The nexus between environmental remediation and redemption of oil production is undeniable. Both are central to rebuilding trust and restoring livelihoods in Ogoni land. Many of the key demands from our consultation overlap with HYPREP's projected activities. A coordinated approach will therefore ensure alignment, avoid duplication, save resources, and deliver maximum impact to our people. We believe that bringing HYPREP into this synergy framework under the guidance of the dialogue process will transform it into a true engine of confidence building and sustainable development. Mr. President, posterity will judge all of us by how boldly we see this moment. On behalf of the Ogoni people, I pledge our peaceful cooperation, our productive labor, and our watchful guardianship of the land we share with the nation. Together, with your leadership, the NSA coordination, and God guidance, we can transform one fractured landscape into a model of reconciliation, remediation, and responsible resource development. Thank you, Your Excellency. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria and our beloved Ogoni land. And because you have given us a sense of belonging for the first time in our history, I pray that the good Lord will give you peace, unspeakable testimonies, unending love.
Well, we came here to present a report, and we are living here with the hope that something practical is being done, and that our matters have received a hearing at the highest level. I think it is a beginning of a new dawn in Ogoni land, and in fact the rest of the Niger Delta region. I have been one of those who have said over the years that if only to show that non-violence as a means of articulation succeeds, then the Ogoni thing should succeed.